The 7 best digital products to sell online for beginners over 50. So first, let's talk about what makes a great digital product. And you want to make sure that you check all 4 of these boxes. Now, the first one is high demand. We want to make sure that people are actively searching and paying for this product. So make sure you do your research before getting into creating your first digital product. And you can simply go to YouTube and go to Google and see what's out there and get an idea of what products are available and what people are selling them for. This is important because we don't want to be the first to market. So competition is a good thing, and there are plenty of fish in the sea. Low maintenance, we want a digital product that we only have to create once. Now, depending on the material, you might go in every couple months or year or even couple years to make changes if it's a particular type of training and things change over time. But a lot of times you're going to create, if you're creating calendars or templates or worksheets, things like that, there is no upkeep involved, but it's very, very minimal. And of course, we want something that doesn't require any special skills, no design degree, no coding, nothing like that. And then we want a product that is free to create or near free to create. And really the only investment should be your time. So make sure you check all 4 of those boxes. Now, the first one, Canva templates. And the reason this works is because most small business owners and content creators, they need professional looking visuals, but they simply don't have the time or the skills to design their own products from scratch. When I started my window cleaning business and I was building my business from the ground up, a lot of the people that I worked for would reach out to me and say, hey, we love your marketing material or we love your website. How did you do it? And that was kind of really my intro into selling my services and my templates to other small business owners because I saw a need, I saw a gap that I could fill. And you do the design work once inside Canva using their free templates. And you can actually provide people with a link. So when you sell the actual template, Canva gives you a link that you can either email them or have it on a download, and people can then access the digital product once they have paid you for it. And then ongoing maintenance, like I said, is very minimal depending on what you're doing. I have digital products that I've created 3, 4, 5 years ago. I've never had to touch. I have some digital products where once or twice a year, I'll go in and update the material, but it's very low effort on my part. And here's a great real life story of an ex-banker who built a thriving Canva template business. There's a link here. If you want to actually read that article, you can grab this training as well as all the links and everything that I'm going to show you inside my free digital marketing community. So if you haven't joined, I'll put a link below. Why this works well for people over 50? Well, very low tech. Canva has pre-done templates, everything you need. It's designed for non-designers. Your professional background, that is your product. So whatever you spent years doing, the skills you have, although you might feel like it's not that big of a deal because you're so used to doing it, but for other people, it is a big deal. It's something they want to learn. You get to work on your own schedule. You can do this from anywhere as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. Perfect example, a retired HR manager creates resume and LinkedIn banner templates for job seekers over 50. She knows exactly what those buyers need and speaks their language in her product listings. So that's a perfect example of the type of product you can create. So I want you to kind of think out of the box, look back at your past jobs, your skills, hobbies, and start to think about where you can fill the gap and what kind of products you can create. So what to sell? Well, Instagram, Facebook post templates for coaches, real estate agents, small business owners, Pinterest pin templates for bloggers, online shop owners, client welcome packs for freelancers, service providers. That's a big one. Ebook and lead magnet layouts for online course creators. And then of course, resume templates and LinkedIn banners. I do a lot of resume templates that I create inside Canva for my audience. And some of those resume templates I've had on there for years and people still download them. So how to make it? Well, you start inside Canva. You only need the free plan to do this. You can customize colors, fonts, layout using their free elements. And then you share the template link. And you can either share just one particular template or you can do template bundles. But if you do bundles of these templates, then I recommend you really stick to one niche. So if it's real estate, do real estate. Don't have one bundle for real estate, one bundle for plumbers, one for dentists. Try and focus on one niche, preferably the one that you have experience in, and expand on that. Okay, you can use a free Canva template. Again, stick to one niche. I have some great examples that you can see here. And again, this is all inside my free community. You can get access to all this. I'll put a link below here in the description. PDF, ebooks, and guides. So why does this work? Well, people have always paid for organized, actionable information. The global ebook market is worth $22.4 billion. That was as of 2024. We're now 2026. So it is growing. If you can solve a specific problem for a specific person, guess what? You have a product. And the keyword is specific. So having a guide, for example, how to lose weight probably isn't going to do very well, but a guide called 30-Day Meal Prep Plan for Busy Moms Who Hate Counting Calories, well, that will. So the narrower the problem you solve and focus on the outcome, the easier for the buyer to make that decision, okay? And there's another great real story in here for you to look at. And the reason this works so well for people over 50 is because it's built entirely on your life and your work experience. You've already lived the content. Very low tech. You can use Google Doc and export to a PDF. You can do this on your own schedule. You can do it from anywhere. Okay, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. I've been running my entire business for the past 9 years from my laptop and from my phone. And a perfect example of this product would be, let's say, a retired high school English teacher writes a guide called How to Write a Cover Letter That Actually Gets Read. Well, she knows exactly what strong writing looks like. She's graded thousands of papers, and she can spot what most job seekers get wrong in the first paragraph. So that's a great example. What to sell: beginner workout routines, simple meal prep guides, 7-day budget plans, travel itineraries, how-to starter guides. And how to make it? Well, you can write the entire thing in Google Docs, use headers, bullet points, and short paragraphs. When done, then you go to File, Download as a PDF. So you now have a digital product. And then you can use Canva to create kind of an eye-catching, creative cover for your PDF. Aim for 10 to 30 pages. I probably should change this and just say aim for 10. You want to keep it short and sweet. Add a checklist or an action plan. So if you have some sort of how-to, or like we used the example before, 30-day meal prep guide, have a short checklist or action step in the beginning. People really like that because they want to see their progress. So having an outcome, an achievable outcome that they can get in that time, do this in 7 days, do this in 30 days, and so on. Have something where they can kind of mark their progress. Digital planners and trackers. So these work really well. Productivity and organization is one of the most durable niches on the internet. It crosses every demographic. People want to budget better. They want to build better habits. They want to organize their week. What makes this category especially powerful for beginners is that you don't need design skills, right? A well-organized Google Sheet or clean PDF is all you need to do this. And here's another great real story of somebody who built a business doing this. The link is here. Again, it'll be in the community. And this works great for people over 50 because if you're somebody who's worked in a particular field, used budgets, managed households, run departments, and tracked real goals over decades, it actually works in a planner versus what looks pretty, okay? And it's just going to fall apart, after a week. Again, very low tech. You can use Google Sheets, Canva. You can do it on your own schedule from anywhere. An example might be a retired financial advisor creates a retirement budget tracker in Google Sheets specifically built for people transitioning from a paycheck to Social Security and withdrawals. Buyers in exactly that situation pay premium prices for something built for someone who understands it. So what to sell? Monthly budget trackers, weekly and daily planners, habit trackers, business planners, meal planning, grocery lists. Meal planning and grocery lists for people over 50 is a great idea. And I won't keep repeating the same stuff here, guys, but again, this is stuff you can create inside of Google Sheets. You can build your layout, although I would recommend going to Canva because they have some pre-built planners, trackers that you can edit and make your own. And I have some great examples of those as well. Here will be a link there for you. Cheat sheets and swipe files. So why this works? Well, this is one of the most underrated product types on the list. People will pay for a document that saves them hours of work. They're not paying for the paper. They're paying for the shortcut, your trial and error, and the time that they get back. Okay, so again, you have to think about the problem you're solving, think about the outcome. Swipe files and cheat sheets work especially well for marketers, writers, entrepreneurs who do repetitive tasks and then need a starting point. If you've ever created something that works and thought, I'll use this again, that is a digital product right there. And this works especially well for people over 50 because the decades of experience is the product. Example, a 30-year-old teacher has a classroom management cheat sheet worth gold to a first-year educator. A retired sales manager has prospecting scripts that took years to perfect. You already have done the work. Packaging it and actually selling it is the next step. Okay, so I want you to start realizing the potential here because you have lots of experience. You have something to offer. Very low tech. A perfect example, a retired contractor puts together a one-page home inspection checklist for first-time buyers. I would buy that. I wish I had that when I bought this house. Something that took them 30 years to develop intuitively, packaged into a single page, okay, where buyers can see immediate value. That is a great digital product. And you can sell caption and hook swipe files, email subject line templates, copywriting formulas, cold outreach scripts, recipes, meal formula cards. There's all kinds of stuff. Basically, you can take your knowledge and turn it into a digital product. You just need to find the right format that fits for you, right? Is it a file, a template, a guide, a how-to? Okay, a video course, which we'll talk about next. And you can write this in a Google Doc, keep it short and dense. 1 to 3 pages is fine. The value is the quality of the content, not the length, okay? Remember that. Format it clearly, export as a PDF, and you have a product that you could build in a couple hours. And then specific beats general every time. 47 hooks for weight loss content outsells social media tips, okay? Lead with your best examples. The first 5 should make someone feel they already got their money's worth, okay? Great swipe file template here for you. Again, those are in the digital marketing community. Mini video course, why it works. Well, text can explain things, but video can actually show you things. And that's why I love using YouTube. For any skill that involves doing, people learn dramatically faster from watching someone actually do it. And that's why people pay more for a video course than, say, a PDF download that they have to read. And people like that interaction that they get with video. A mini course doesn't need to be long. I have mini courses that are literally less than 30 minutes. In a focused 30 to 60 minute course that solves one specific problem. So again, a mini course should just solve one specific problem. It's often more valuable to the right buyer than a bloated 10-hour course. And people, years ago, it used to be pack a bunch of stuff into a course, videos, templates, guides, this, and that's what people wanted. They wanted more. Okay, now people don't care about how much is in there. They just care about getting their problem solved. And in most cases, they want to get it solved as soon as possible. And this is a great story on Jari, who created a big business selling mini courses. And he actually goes through his 8-step process. So definitely check that out. And this works great for people over 50 because your life experience is the curriculum. You don't need a teaching certificate. You need a skill someone else wants to learn. So it could be woodworking, watercolor painting. By the way, these are both examples of digital products that people are creating and selling now over 50. Cooking a specific cuisine, navigating Medicare. If you've done it, you can teach it. Example, a retired physical therapist records a 45-minute course on safe strength training for people over 60. I love that. She knows the common mistakes, the injury risks, and the modifications that actually work. That course is worth far more coming from her, somebody who's actually done it and lived it, than from a 25-year-old influencer, fitness influencer, who's telling people over 60 how to get fit. Okay. And I hope you're starting to see that kind of pattern as well. And the power in this is that why digital products are so great for people over 50 is because there are more people our age who are coming to YouTube and going to Instagram and Facebook searching for answers to their problems. You can teach actual physical skills, cooking techniques, workouts, yoga flows, guitar lessons, fishing, woodworking, pottery, all kinds of stuff, creative skills, photography, drawing, hand lettering, content creation, video editing. You can actually do software tools demonstrations. If you're somebody who has years and years of Excel experience, you can do screen share videos like what I'm doing now, where I'm recording my screen and I'm talking, and you can do Excel walkthroughs showing people how to use Excel. And then you could have a digital course that then teaches people how to use Excel, like say Excel for Beginners 101, business and career skills, how to write a resume, how to start freelancing, negotiating a salary, right? How to get an LLC. Okay. And of course, life experience. So you're seeing a lot of channels now on YouTube, people over 50, people over 60 in retirement who are talking about how they paid off their debt, how they've downsized, what they're doing, how they're budgeting in retirement, their daily routine, travel. Okay. And to create a mini course, you just need your phone to create the video. You don't need any fancy equipment to get this started. And you can use a free screen recording tool like Loom, Loom, to get started. And you want to keep it very short, okay? 5 to 10 minutes each. I wouldn't go over 10 minutes per lesson. And teach it in under 10 lessons, okay? Solve one complete problem in the beginning from start to finish, okay? So let's say you're somebody who is a tennis instructor. You've been playing tennis for years. You have this great idea of creating this big tennis course because you want to teach people all about this. But in the beginning, start with a small, short mini course that just focuses on one specific problem people have in tennis. Is it how to hit a better backhand? Is it how to hit a better serve? Okay. That is a great mini lesson. Those are great mini lessons right there. Membership site on School, which is what I have. So I have digital products that I sell, but then I also have a membership site on School where people can learn about digital marketing, ask me questions, and they can go through my trainings, but then I can also offer coaching through the membership. I can offer advanced trainings. I can eventually churn it from a free to a paid subscription model. So School is a great place to get started. Every other product on this list gives you a one-time sale, but with a membership site, you get that reoccurring income. Okay, so that is nice. The same customer, of course, pays you every single month as long as they're still a member. And what I love about School communities is they combine the community forum with the course hosting. So you can have your course modules in there. You could literally record the course modules on your phone, upload the modules to the School membership site. And you can even hold live events right inside the app. So you don't need all these different tools and things to have a membership site, okay? And there's some wonderful, wonderful stories about people who are creating businesses and growing businesses in School. And there's some great links here. You can check out some of the examples. And one of the big reasons why I love this for people over 50 is because people trust experience over credentials. And kind of like we talked before about the fitness influencer who's in their 20s trying to tell people over their 60 how to get fit, it's the same thing here. A 30-year teacher running a classroom management membership for new educators has something no certification program can offer. Somebody who's actually worked with real customers, who's done this, and you have all this experience, all this knowledge. Very low tech. School handles everything right in one place. They collect your payments. You can host your courses in there. You can do all your downloads in there. You can do everything right in one community. And of course, you can do it on your schedule from anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi. And a perfect example would be a retired elementary school principal builds a school community for first and second year teachers who are overwhelmed and on the verge of quitting. Monthly memberships, weekly live Q&As, and a library of resources built from 30 years in schools. That's something only someone with her background can offer. And to get started, you can go to School. There is, they do have a free trial, no upfront cost. You can go and check them out. And then they have a low cost plan. I believe it's $9 a month for a basic group. Claude Artifacts is great. I created this training inside Claude Artifacts. If you're not familiar with Claude, Claude is an AI tool. Now, there is no tech involved in Claude, but it does take some time to train it. So if you're patient, it will save you a lot of time long-term once you learn how to use this tool. So I highly recommend starting to get comfortable with Claude. But Claude Artifacts, they are interactive tools that run directly in the browser. There's no app download. There's no installation. You don't have to know code for this. They handle everything for you. It's a link that you can send somebody. So for example, I have a interactive artifact I created in Claude, which shows people how to find their niche. And it is Claude. I told Claude what I wanted. It created the code, everything for me, and it gave me a link. And now I can send that link to my students. They can click on it and go through an interactive map and discover their niche. No coding, nothing for me. I literally told Claude what I wanted, what my vision was, and it created it for me. And right now, guys, the creator economy hit $205 billion in 2024, and it's only growing up. Interactive digital tools are one of the fastest growing product categories. Building in this space while it's still early is a real opportunity. No coding, guys. Your expertise that shapes the tool. Work on your own schedule. Work from anywhere. A retired financial planner builds, this is a great example. A retired financial planner builds a Social Security timing calculator that shows people the difference between claiming at 62, 67, and 70. And I think you should also put 65 in there based on their personal situation. Heck, I would buy that. It sells to the exact audience of people who need that guidance the most. And it's built by someone who spent a career giving actually that kind of advice. And what's really cool about this, again, is there's no coding involved. So, but your client or your customer, whoever it is, whether you're giving away for free or you're selling it, they see this finished interactive roadmap and they're blown away by the presentation and how easy it is to manipulate. It adds a ton more value to your product rather than just giving them a download file telling them, here, do this, this, and this. So it's very visually appealing. Okay. You can do budget calculators, macro calculators, retirement planning tools and calculators, quizzes and assessments, habit progress trackers. Okay. Again, go to Claude AI, describe the tool you want to build in plain language. It will generate a working interactive tool. You test it, refine it. It will follow up prompts. And when it works the way you want, you have a product, no coding required. Okay. And I show you how to do this inside my community. There's a link here. I actually show you how to build your first tool inside of Claude. So again, if you haven't signed up, the group is free now as of this recording, but I will be charging members as we start to grow. So definitely jump in the school community now. I'll put a link below for you. And then the best platform for beginners to get started is what's called System.io. It's the same tool that I use. You can sell digital products on there. You could take payments. You can build sales pages. You can send automated emails. So similar to Canva, it's very low tech, pre-built templates, and they have a free plan to help you get started. But this platform is really what's going to house everything. It's where you're going to store your digital products, deliver your digital products. You can even do your courses in there. It'll be your website, everything. It'll be your checkout page, take your payment. So that's a great tool there. It's the one that I recommend. And some key takeaways, all 7 products you can get started with today with no prior experience, no upfront costs. Okay. You already have the knowledge to create at least one of these digital products. You just haven't packaged it yet. But we've just showed you how to package it. The best product is the one that you can actually finish. So pick one and start. You just got to get started. Just because you create the product doesn't mean it's going to sell. You do have to go out there and market. Okay. There are no guarantees. So you definitely want to test your product, test it with friends, family, maybe in a group, give it away for free and get feedback from people. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed this, if you have any takeaways from this, please let me know in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.